Hey Secondary 1 Math Prodigies, this is Coach Saiful with your daily dose of math mastery, and today we're going to go into question number 3 of your assessment paper number 9. Now this question revolves around highest common factors and lowest common multiples, and if you understand it fully, you'll be able to do this question superbly fast. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. It says for part A that 3 traffic lights along a street, red at regular intervals, blah blah blah. This is a question of what? Highest common factor or lowest common multiple? Let me just ask you straight up. The answer would be lowest common multiple. Why? Because it's gonna actually turn red at certain periods of time, and when it turns when it turns at the same time, that means it multiplies itself. So therefore, it's lowest common multiple. So can you write 1 minute, 1 minute 10, and 1 minute 18? No, you can't. But what you can do is you can write it in seconds. So 1 minute is 60 seconds. 1 minute and 10 seconds is 70 seconds, and then we have 78 for 1 minute and 18 seconds. So what you can do when you're having 3 numbers is to try to divide everything together. But if you can't, I'll show you how to do this. Step 1, we can divide it by what? We can divide it by. Can we divide by 3? No, we can divide by 2. Yes, we can. So we have 2, and we will get 30, 35, and 39. And then do we have anything else common? I don't think so. We only have 3, and that will actually make you 10. 35 will not move, and 39 will move to 13, and it will have another one which is 5, and which will have 2, and then 7, and 13 doesn't change. And then we have, what else? I think that's it. Yes, that's it. So what you will have is your ladder. The last thing is 1. So you create your ladder. You just copy down this last number. And your ladder is actually here. Okay, it's actually here. All the way here, which looks like an L. So it's the LCM. So all you have to do is multiply everything together, and you will get 2 times 3 times 5 times 2 times 7 times 13, and the answer is 5460. What is that unit in? It's seconds. So you have to divide it by 60, and that will give you 91 minutes. So the next time they will actually flash together is actually 8:30 plus 91 minutes. Okay, and therefore what you will get is what's the answer? 10:01 a.m. Am I right? Plus 1 hour 30 minutes. Yes, correct. 10:01 a.m. That's the answer for part A. Now for part B, let's move on to part B. Okay, for part B, let's take a look at the question. It says Joseph distributed the same number of sweets and the same number of biscuits to each of his classmates at his birthday party. He gave out 220 sweets and 300 biscuits in total. Find the largest possible number of classmates at the party. Now, of course, we cannot have lowest common multiple here because the number of people do not multiply. So what we're looking for is the highest common factor. Because what's happening is he's giving the same number of sweets and the same number of biscuits. So they're asking us what is the highest common factor of 220 and 300. Okay, so what we will get is, first off, we can divide it by 2, and you will have 110 and 150. And you can divide by 2, and then you will get 55 and 75. And you can divide it by 5, and you will get 11. And what's 75 by 5? You will get 15. Can you go any further? No, that's it. So your highest common factor is actually 2 times 2 times 5, and the answer is 20. So 2 times 2 times 5 will give you the answer of 20, and that's the answer for part B. Alright, so let's move on. Okay, so for part C, the question is actually rather simple. All you have to understand is what the question is asking for. So let me just write down this for you. And the other one is 324. So what they've done for you is to write it down in what's that called? Prime factorization. 2 squared times 3 power 4. Okay, they ask you what is the largest integer which is a factor of both 168 and 324. So all you have to understand is these are actually already factors. So the common factors would be 2 and what? 2 squared or 2 cubed? Of course, 2 squared. And times 3, 3 power 4 or 3 power 1? The answer is 3 power 1. So the common factor is basically 2 squared times 3 power 1, which gives you 4 times 3, which the answer is 12. And that's the answer for part C. Very simple questions these are. Only if you understand what is HCF and what is LCF. If not, guess what? There might be a lot of fear in you. So decide now to have no fear. That's my quote of the week for you. If you got all of those right, I'm going to give you a big high five because you are a math prodigy. Good job. But first off, decide now to have no fear. And how do you have no fear? You have no fear by actually getting certainty, by getting confidence. And how do you do that? By practicing more, by knowing your stuff. Alright, with that, this is Coach Saiful signing off saying you are a math prodigy. Good job.